Hello, hello, hello. My name is Canfor-Dumas and welcome back to Empower. Today, it's 6 a.m. in Boston and we have a story that will shake you to your core. Imagine climbing the corporate ladder, living that high-paced life, and then suddenly, at age 40, a widowmaker heart attack. Something that has a less than 15% survival rate. It's a miracle if anyone survives, but our guest did. And instead of returning to business as usual, he used his second chance at life to live with purpose. Being the proud owner of D1 Training Boston, he has made it his mission to help young and old people to live a healthier, stronger, and more purposeful lives. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to go and find out his story, find out why he does what he does, what it takes to run a business like D1, and man, how does he keep living with so much purpose and vigor? Let's get into it, man. This is gonna be something. All right, we're about to go into D1. This place is sounding lively. I feel the music, I feel the energy. Let's go in and see Vic. Hello, Vic. Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, good
How
morning.
we doing today? I'm good.
Good to see you.
Man, it's good. It's good to be here. So, guys, this is Vic. This is the owner of D1 Training. And yeah, are you ready for the interview?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, so we're gonna go to his office and have a good interview. That's it. All right, yo, we are inside the office right now. This is the office of Vic. Vic, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
And yeah, how's the morning been so far?
So far, so good.
Yeah.
Bright and early.
If you guys didn't notice, in addition to being the owner, he is the owner, yes. But he also works out with us every morning. I've been coming here my whole summer, and literally like every morning, 6 a.m., he's here. He's even here before that. And he always seems like, oh, Vic, what's up, what's up, what's up? So like, bro, he's somebody that's hands-on. Like that's just a testament to who he is as a person. And I'm just very excited to get into this interview and to begin. So Vic, this is the first question that I ask all my guests when they come on this show. And it's a very simple question. Who is Vic?
High level, I'm an immigrant kid from Ukraine, moved to the U.S., trying to make a better life for ourselves than what we had back in the Soviet Union. Now I'm a gym owner. That's my job, and my mission is to try to warn people, live healthy lives, be a good person, do good in the community, and that's what we try to do every single day. Simple.
That's good. That's good. At what age did you immigrate from Ukraine to America?
I was 3.5 years old.
Oh, wow.
We came as refugees to the U.S. So we grew up with like literally nothing. My parents came here with two bags, 2 kids, $200,
Wow.
and that's it. So we grew up super poor.
Wow.
So it's been an interesting ride growing up in America.
Wow. And I see that you spend most of your time in Boston. You grew up in Boston.
Yeah, so we moved directly to Boston from Ukraine, and I've spent most of my life here. I really love this city.
Okay. Guys, we don't have much time today, so we have to go like straight into what we're going to talk about. And I want to begin from before D1.
Yeah.
You were working, and I saw that you helped build a company from zero to $100 million valuation. What was that like, being in such a company?
So coming out of university, I was a finance guy, business guy, and eventually went into consulting. And me and a few other folks, we started a consulting firm that was literally nothing. It took us 18 years to go from nothing to $100 million. And it was a management consulting business. So we would go into corporations, try to help them grow, be more profitable. I traveled all over the world, working with CEOs, CFOs, COOs of major corporations. And it was super fun. I loved it. But it was always based on good people. People are buying the brain, our brains. And so we needed really smart, capable people, but also empathetic people that really wanted to help those corporations, not just sell a project, but really do good in those areas.
Okay, wow. Because I'm reading this book right now. It's called From Good to Great.
Yep.
And it's I was just looking at it, and like these are like kind of the how did he experience it? Like the growth companies, who was experiencing that type of growth, and one of the things that he was talking about is like having a level 5 leadership. Have you read the book?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. So yeah, they're on the same page. Okay, so yeah, with that book, and I'm just drawing a lot of parallels from this. That's why
That's
that's
right.
something that's very interesting to me. But what do you think is or was the key to growing and scaling to that rate where it's like 0 to 100 million?
We For years we grew and grew, and it was always based off people, and just like it was a mentorship apprenticeship type of model.
Okay.
We struggled at like 20-25 million dollars. We just could not crack that code because scaling people is really hard if you want to do it really, really well. Eventually we sold the company. Strategically it made sense, but also it enabled us to have like an army of people to support us in doing what we do, and that really enabled us to scale very quickly.
Okay, so it was after selling that you were able to then scale to 100
Yeah,
million.
so we went from 25 million to 100 very rapidly, because we had the scale. You know, we could sell the projects, we could work with larger corporations or more globally at the same time. Instead of only going into one country and doing one thing, we could hit 5 countries at the same time.
Oh wow.
So that enabled us to scale much faster.
Okay, wow. And I got some people who are here and they're studying university to become consultants.
Yep.
What's one piece of advice that you would give them?
No ego. Be willing to learn from the people that have done it before. The people that just wanted to be a sponge and absorb everything were the best consultants.
Okay. Y'all, no ego, bro. And that's something that you carry with you for life, like
Absolutely.
in general. You gotta take that everywhere that you go because you never know who's who, what's happening, what can happen to you. Just no ego. That's it.
That's it.
Okay. So I want to going in that same line, you are working and you are doing something that you find fulfilling, that you have a passion for, and then all of a sudden at 40, a heart attack.
Yeah.
Could you walk us through that moment and kind of at what point did you realize like, yo, I just survived something that people don't survive?
So during the heart attack, I actually didn't think it was that serious. I didn't know it was a heart attack at first, and then two, when the paramedic said you're having a heart attack, I didn't think it was going to be that bad. You know, it wasn't cardiac arrest, meaning like my heart stopped and I was out. I was awake. I was just having a really hard time breathing because 100% of my main artery was blocked. So I just assumed like, oh, I'll get through this. I'm in the hospital. They'll fix it. I didn't assume anything until after the surgery, where the doctor said, you don't understand how serious this was. We call this a widowmaker. Because 94% of the people that have this type of heart attack die within 90 minutes. So I was really lucky that we caught it. I got to the hospital very, very quickly, and the doctors were amazing and fixed it. So that's when I realized, like, oh man, this is serious. And I actually felt very guilty and ashamed at that moment, because I didn't realize like how my lifestyle could have, if I died, I would have impacted so many people around me. I have a wife, I have kids, I had a business, a different business. Just a lot of people relied on me, and I would have let so many people down because I wasn't doing the things that I needed to do for myself. And so that was my epiphany for, I really need to change my life. And I knew I wanted to live a healthier lifestyle. I wanted to go back to my younger roots in terms of, I love sports. I like working with kids and coaching them and raising them, you know, in my own kids. And so it took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do, but eventually this is how D1 became a thing.
Okay, and how did the idea of like, let me do D1, how did that come about?
So after my heart attack, I had to go through a cardiac rehab process in the hospital, and I was wired up, and nurses, you know, the nurses are monitoring everything for weeks. And eventually they said, you've graduated the rehab, you need to go work out and take care of your body 4 days a week, minimum.
Wow.
And so I did. I joined a big box gym. It was very nice and had lots of options, strength training and group classes and yoga and all this good stuff that I really enjoyed. But my wife wanted to work out with me. At the same time, she realized she needed to do something different with her life.
Yeah.
But we had kids, and we weren't going to go get a babysitter at 6 a.m. so we could go to the gym.
Yeah.
So that didn't really make sense. We could never really work out together. My kids eventually wanted to work out with us. They're very athletic and sporty, but they weren't allowed to use the equipment in the gym and work out with us. So I really decided that I need a place that reminds me of what I used to do, like playing sports, being on a field, a place where we can all work out together. And I needed coaching. Like, I wasn't a gym rat, so I didn't know what I was doing. I wanted to make sure that what we were doing was safe, but also effective, not just wasting our time.
Yeah.
And then eventually I said, I couldn't find that in the community. So I said, I am looking for something different to do with my life. I left consulting at that point. And that's when I realized I'm going to open up a D1.
Wow. Wow. And I saw when I was looking up D1 that it's a franchise.
It is.
So how did that come about? Did you see, okay, you want to open up specifically a D1 training? Was that how it was?
So I learned about D1. That's when the concept started to make sense. It was a new franchise at that point. I think there were only about 18 locations at that time.
Okay.
And there are about 150 across the U.S. now. And so I thought, all right, this is a new franchise, so it's still very entrepreneurial. It's new. I'm very entrepreneurial. Culturally, it just felt like the right fit. Okay. And so I said, you know what a great second act.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, so starting over in a completely different industry, what has been some of the biggest challenges that you've had to overcome?
This is an industry that there's a lot of turnover. People like coaches tend to be young. They are trying to figure out what they're doing in their career, and they're moving, towns and changing careers, things like that. So retaining people, from what I see in the industry, is a challenge. And so to overcome that, you have to act differently. And so we've been very lucky to retain our people. But that requires empowerment. It requires paying a decent pay, but treating them with respect and creating a culture where people actually want to stay.
So if somebody was to walk into D1 training, Boston, what's something that they can expect?
Amazing coaching, world-class facility, but ultimately family. The way I train everybody here is pretend this is your home. Like, I act as if everybody here is entering my home. And so if somebody were to enter your home, you would probably be like, let me get you a glass of water. Can I get you a snack? Have a seat, make them comfortable. We try to treat all of our clients very much the same way. It's not a transaction. You're not just a client, a paying client. You are now a family member that's coming in, and I want to make sure that you're happy and taken care of, whatever that means.
Yeah. I can personally attest to that. What he's saying is true. When I first came in, keep in mind, I'm coming from Philly to Boston.
We have a rivalry. We don't love Philly people, but that's okay.
It's a very big change. And so when I came into D1, immediately, and my mom, she came with me at that moment. She was like, yo, you need to do this, because these people that are here, she was in love with the whole environment, how everybody's so welcoming, everybody's smiling at you. People are like, oh, do you want a glass of water? Oh, do you need a towel? Oh, I got you with this. Let me help you rack your weights. Just building that type of community, that family feel that he's talking about. I felt that on the first day. And that's something that will get you to continue to stay consistent, because it's like now you're working out with people that you like, that are also looking forward to seeing you. So I can definitely attest to that. So now going into D1, what are some of the, I'd say, training options that are there for people? Is it just for the young athletes, or is it for everybody?
It is for everybody. We work with athletes as young as 7 years old. Oh, wow. And we have all the way through adults. I think our oldest client is 72 right now. And so we get all kinds of athletes. We have parents that come in here and they say, my kid just sits on the couch gaming all day. I need to get them moving because they're not into sports or whatever. We can work with that kid and make it fun for them.
Wow.
We have kids that are good. They play sports, pretty athletic, but they want to take it to the next level. They want more minutes, define their sport. And then we have those elite athletes that are really trying to make it to the college level, to the professional level, and so on. We train them all pretty much the same way,
Wow.
but you have to a little different. And then with the adults, same thing. We have former college athletes, some that are still competing in whatever they're doing as adults, to that middle-aged woman, menopausal, never worked out in their life that needs to lose 20, 30 pounds, and they've never lifted a weight before.
Wow.
We train them all. We treat them all the same way. There's a lot of education and making sure that we're supporting them in how they need.
Wow, y'all, everybody's welcome. Whatever shape, size, age, everybody's welcome here. And I've seen that with the workouts. Because when I first came, my first impressions were like, okay, these guys, I'm not seeing anybody my age. So low key, I feel like I'll probably be able to pass them up. But no, these guys they are athletic. They pass me. I was like, yo, what's happening here? So it's good. It's good competition. I really do like it.
Our tagline is every body needs training. But that body, everybody has a different body. They all need different types of training. And so we need to customize it for each person. It can't be the same for everybody.
Yeah. Okay. So how that varies is like the weights and the reps. Is that what it is?
Yeah, and intensity. And, some people have injuries or they're hampered by something. So we need to modify for those folks. And the coaches are able to do that.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Which requires a higher level of coach than just like your typical personal trainer that you might find somewhere else.
And I've read from, by the way, they also featured on the Wall Street Journal. Maybe I'll put a link there that you can go and see the full thing. But in that article, they're talking about how AI has helped your business grow in revenue to about 30%, right? What do you feel like you were able to implement into your business, and how has AI been able to change it and to develop it?
There's a lot that's entailed in having a business.
Okay.
There's a lot of back-end stuff that needs to happen. Training, for example, is really important. And so if you're a small business with a small team, writing a handbook or manuals or having different types of forms, to make it more process-oriented, it's just labor-intensive. And so we've been able to leverage a large language model, AI, to speed up those processes for us. So I'm able to, with my team, we have a small front of house team, and we're able to really get out a lot of material. We use it a lot for marketing purposes. So helping us with like Instagram captions, marketing emails, even designing new programs. We can teach it our language, how we want to do it, the philosophies, and so on. And then we can start to create different things. Even every day we like to have a little fun question on our board, while we're doing a cool down, just to create some chatter, Every day it's just like a fun debate question.
Yeah.
Do you like tacos or pizza or whatever?
Yeah.
You run out of questions on your own after a while. So we use our AI model, and we're like, give us some fun debate questions, and we'll kind of like focus it. And now every day we have a new question, and it's fun. And so it helps us with culture in that way. It helps us with process on the back end, and also a little bit with sales. And I'm trying to see if we can use it as an agent. Agentic AI is a thing that's evolving right now. And so I'm very into that if we get somebody who's interested in D1 and fills out a form at like 2 a.m., I don't have anybody working at 2 a.m. But agentic AI will enable us to be able to text that person and understand what's your goal, what's your timing, and so on, and have that conversation at 2 o'clock in the morning, and even book them in for a consultation with a real human, all automated.
Yeah.
We're getting there. We're really, really close, and I'm excited about that potential opportunity. So what it means is we don't have to have as many people, and so the people that are here can really focus on that human interaction rather than like, what time are you available, or like the mundane stuff that everybody has to do. We can automate all of that and then focus much more on the family, community, and like real human interaction. So I'm excited to take that next leap as well.
Wow. So, seeing as all the things that AI is helping you do in terms of growing the business and just creating kind of like a minimal stress environment,
Yeah.
what would you say to business owners who are afraid of incorporating AI in their business?
Don't be afraid. There's nothing to be afraid of. It's super easy. For example, I'm even teaching my kids. They're in high school.
Oh, wow.
The high schools and the schools are kind of saying, stay away from it, don't cheat. And I'm saying, no way. Like that, this is the future.
Yeah.
So my kid was actually really struggling with chemistry. And she was struggling to understand a couple of concepts. And I said, why don't you use AI and say, explain this concept to me in fourth grade language and give me 10 analogies, simple analogies. And all of a sudden, between 10 different ways of teaching it, she started to understand the concepts. Like, that's an awesome use of AI.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to teach others that are around me all the time, like, don't be afraid, just start playing with it. Ask it questions. Tell it to do something and
Yeah.
see what happens.
Just try it out.
And then eventually you'll start to get more comfortable with it. It's like when computers started to become mainstream 30 years ago. People were afraid of touching a computer. Our lives are run by computers now.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. All right. So now talking to the young people who are watching this, what advice would you give them when it comes to bouncing back from a setback?
We have setbacks every day. It's your character's built on what you do after a setback. It's not what you achieve, but it really is the failure. Like, we fail every day. You will fail forever. That's okay. It's about what did you learn from that, and what are you going to do differently. At home, we have like I guess a philosophy. Instead of saying, "Hey, how was school today?" Good, like, and then that's usually all you get. I usually like to ask questions like, "What did you fail at today?"
Oh, wow.
And that invokes a different type of conversation, because then we can really talk about lessons learned and like, well, why didn't that work? Why did you fail? What could you have done differently? And then try to incorporate those differences into your daily life, and eventually you're a little bit better. 1% better every day, you're pretty darn strong at the end.
Yeah. That's the atomic habits right there.
It's
That's
small
it.
habits.
Yep.
Every day.
Yep. So when people look back at Vic Viktorov years from now, what do you hope your story inspires?
In the past, it was, I just wanted people to know that like I was a kind, caring person and help them. Now I've evolved here within D1 that I help them become healthier, live a better, active lifestyle. Because ultimately, health is wealth. Everything else is noise.
Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately, we do not have much time. So this is going to be like a two-parter. All right. The first part's going to be the interview. Second part's going to be the workout. I'm going to go through a D1 workout. All right, y'all. This is the training. This was the warm-up. I was feeling so tired, I ain't going to lie to you, because I just woke up. And yeah, man, so we started with some high knees. Then we did some these leg stretches. It was pretty interesting. I ain't gonna lie to you, because yeah, it was like 6 a.m. Still feeling a little tired, a little sore from the day before. Then we got some more of the leg stretches. It's dynamic warm up. That's one of the things that they focused on, making sure that we're opening up our body and that we're ready for the workout that's to come. So yeah, that's just me continuing with it. Still doing the workouts. It's a little long. I don't know the names of all these workouts. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but more like leg raises. These are leg raises. Yeah, these is called leg raises. And then up next, then we got some lunges to some like stretches, things like that. Yeah, more stretches. We're just getting there. Shout out to Coach Joe. He's there, right there. And then yeah, we still doing it. That's me on the way back. At this point, I ain't gonna lie to you, I was a little tired, but can't let that stop me. Then we got some sumo walks. Yo, this stuff looks harder. It is harder than it looks. Yes. And pogo hops finally to end it off. And then we got some figure skaters. These two just helps to really open up and get myself ready for what is to come. Then we got some side jumps, just back and front, left, right. And then let's see, we got some sprints, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, I was ready for this, bro. I was ready. I felt fast that morning. I don't know what happened. I was ready to go. So yeah, that's me going through the sprints. And then I go to the first part of the workout. This is weighted box jumps. So I had to do, I think it was like four, and then I had to do like, it was 8 sets of 4. 8 reps, 4 sets. That's what it was. Yeah. And so that's just me handling my business, And then we had to do some hurdles, side to side. This is the performance part. So the D1 workout has warm up, performance, strength, core and conditioning, and then cool down. So this is continuing on. This is moving on to the strength training. Yes, this is me doing a seated squat. I have 2 45 plates and a 35. So that's what, like, quick miles per like 100, 135, 125, around there. I'm supposed to be always increasing it with every rep. I think I'm doing like 6, and then it's 4, and then it's like 2, 2, 2, 2, and then the last rep is 12. That's what it is. So yeah, that's me going through the rep counts right now. I'm not even gonna lie, I was gassed. After the warm up and stuff, I was feeling it, and I did not want to add. This is an environment to push, and I tried to push myself, but I also didn't want to hit myself because I'm coming back the next day. So yeah, this is me just adding more weight to it. I think I added 2 10s, so that's 20 pounds extra, and just going through the motion, making sure that I'm able to fully extend in what I'm doing. So yeah, that's me going through it. We were going through the workout. It's a tough workout, but we're getting it through. Now that I finished with the strength training, I then moved on to the glute bridges. I don't do this exercise, so yeah, I wasn't really the most flexible in this situation. I was struggling a little bit, I ain't gonna lie. And then moving on, I had to do, up next was these side lunges. There we go. Side lunges with the goblet weight, holding it like goblet style. Yeah, that was tough. I only filmed 1 set of each, but we did 3 sets of everything. So I was going through everything 3 times. And then this is hamstring curls with the elastic band, just trying to make sure that we keep the core straight and steady, focusing on the legs. I didn't do the best job. I was just trying to get the clip. I'm not even gonna lie, I was tired because I'd already done it. So yeah, this is we continuing on with the workout. And then let's see, what else do we have next? Ooh, this one was very fun. I'm not even gonna lie. These sled pushes. This time they didn't put any weights on it, so they're like, bro, just go all out, sprint, just give it your all. For the first and second time, I felt fast. I was like, yeah, I got this. But the third time though, bro, towards the middle, I think you guys can see it right now. Towards the middle, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I can keep pushing, bro. Cause hey man, it starts off quite easy, then it gets hard, and then moving on to this core. Shout out to Shiv, man. Shiv he's the guy that's in front of me. But yeah, we're doing some side planks, and we have to like bring our hand through, so it's like you're threading a needle type. And then yeah, they look a lot harder. Oh no, they are harder than they look. So that's what it is. They look pretty simple, but I ain't gonna lie, bro. I was fired up. So you gotta do that on one side, and then you have to do that again on another side, on the other side. So yeah, that's me going through that. Taking a little rest. Yeah, mine was tight. I really didn't want to keep going. We had to do this all 3 times. Yeah, so three sets of everything. And then this is in the core and conditioning part. So we left the strength training after the sled pushes. That was the end of the strength training. So they always got a coach that's there that knows, like, they know what's up. There's some time I injured myself, and I just went to him with telling him what was wrong. I think my shoulder was hitting me, and he gave me some stretches and exercises that immediately, like, I did it, and my shoulder was like it was new. I was like, yo, what? That's crazy. Bro already knew what to do straight. I was like, yeah, these guys, they're professional, man. So shout out to Coach Joe. That was tough. Now I had to go to some bicycles. There you go. I almost forgot the name. Bicycles. These are, I think I'm there for 45 seconds. Tough. It's core. Straight core. Yeah. So as you can see, like there's a good amount of people that's here. Everybody that's there has been so nice and so helpful, and they push you, man. They push you to do more. Yeah. Now we got the mountain climbers, a little bit of a twist to it. These mountain climbers, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. They got me, and I was trying, but it's tough. It's really really tough. So there we go. There we go. There we go. We almost done with it though. This is like towards the end of the workout, so we should be straight. And there we go. That's the workout. It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be very very interesting. And Vic, for people who are in the Boston area and they've seen D1 around, they're like, okay, how do I sign up? What's all this? What's next? What do they do?
Easiest way is to give us a call, 781-355-9540, or go to our website, d1boston.com. Just fill in a little form there, and then we'll give you a call, and we start from there.
Okay, that's great. And then for like the socials, D1, do they have a social media?
Yeah, on Instagram, D1 Boston. We're on Facebook as well. Look up D1 Boston. And those are the easiest ways to see what we do. We post videos and quotes and things like that about what goes on here at the gym. And you can get a feel for the culture and what we do there.
Okay, definitely. And if you guys are messing with what we're doing on the show, we are trying new stuff. Okay, we're gonna try and not really stick to the usual Empower Studios live. We're trying to go out and talk to people. So if you guys are liking this new style of content, please put it in the comments, like the video, share it with people who need to hear this message. And yeah, you can follow me also on Instagram, YouTube, Snapchats, and all the other socials will all be pasted in the description per usual. And without further ado, I believe in you. We believe in you. Go and make the world a better place. And remember, don't just live life, but thrive.